Knox County Mayor Tim Burchett revealing his budget proposal today for the upcoming fiscal year. The mayor outlined the plan this morning, saying it's more than $730 million, an increase of $22 million from the current county budget, which goes through the end of next year. County workers would get a 2% raise. Over half the funds would go to the school system, and there would be no tax increases. Well, 6 News anchor Gene Patterson is sitting down with the mayor right now live here in our studios to talk more about the budget. Gene?
Thank you, Kristen, and thank you, Mayor, for coming in today.
Thanks for having me, Gene.
Well, let's talk a little bit about some of the issues here that you raised with your proposal. And first of all, let's start with the school system. You fully funded their requests of some $400 million.
That's correct.
A little bit different from last year.
Yeah, this year their request was about a % increase over their budget last year. So I think it basically is a little bit below inflation. So I think it was reasonable, and Dr. McIntyre worked on it from the beginning. I think Commission and myself agreed that that it's best we can work together on this issue, and we did, and we got, I think, funded some decent proposals in education.
And there was a lot of sort of emphasis placed, I guess, on the security aspect of this budget. Sure. That obviously appealed to you in terms.
We're going to have to be careful, though. I mean, literally, we're going to have a security force that's larger than some police forces in surrounding counties. I mean, there are that school component of that many officers, but and it's an ongoing expense. It's the world we live in. It's something we need to address, and we're addressing it in the budget.
All right. Speaking of security, the sheriff's office asked for 80 new cruisers. You gave them 25 in this budget.
Well, actually 25, and then an additional, I believe, in the budget there's 25, but we're going to be able to purchase 29 more through save. We're meeting pretty close to the middle. Families are having to cut back, and they're not getting, obviously, I don't know about the Patterson household, but most households are, these tough economic time. I'm with you. They're having to cut back, and Sheriff Jones and I agreed that this is a number I think that he'll be able to live with, and I think we'll be okay. Well,
you bring up a lot of families out there. I think all of us are sort of looking at our budgets and saying, sure, how can we reduce debt? How are you doing in terms of the counties?
Well, we're doing actually pretty well. We're on by 2000, I believe, we'll have reduced it by $100 million, and that's a budget Dave Ramsey might be proud of. Counties across our nation are going bankrupt. I know California, they recently had a major one, same size as ours. We're not. Our financial team, Chris Caldwell and the group in the finance department do wonderful work, and they know that we're not going to put up with any monkey business. I want to find the most efficient use of our tax dollars, and that's what we've done. We've refinanced, and we've made some some shifting and hiring and things like that, and I think we've done a good job of it.
Mayor, do you anticipate, last question, any kind of pushback from County Commission as they look at this plan?
There's always adjustments. We used to say, my friend Ben Ashley used to say in the Senate, the governor proposes and the legislature disposes. It's the same way. The mayor proposes and the County Commission disposes. There'll be some movement, I'm sure, but I suspect that everything is kind of hinging on the other. So if we see one person pulling one way, it's going to have to come from somewhere. It's not like Washington where they can just, we don't have that luxury. Thank goodness we don't. We're going to maintain a balanced financial budget, and if it gets out of hand, I would enact a veto, but I don't think there's any worry of that in this budget. I think people understand the situation we're in financially, and they're happy that there's not a fight. And I think Commission is going to look at it as they will methodically, and then I think they'll approve it.
All right. Mayor Burchett, thank you very much for joining us.
All right.
All right, coming up on 6 News at 6, we'll be talking to Knox County officials, including the school superintendent's proposal, and find out what they think about whether he is moving this county in the right direction.